who is your lover? And he's like, Jeffrey's a bad bitch. At that moment, I don't know who Jeffrey is. I'm just confused about the conversation. I just walk right out. I'm like, I'm like, whatever. In my head, I'm like, this guy is he's a buster, man. Like, I don't understand this dude. So when Tasha asked me, I have a name of who I could expose, at that point, but I don't say nothing in the interview. I'm like, I don't know. But then the receipts came, okay? Homie, long story short, man, you're a male escort. You'll do anything for clout, okay? The receipts are there. I can't spare you no more. And I'm only doing this, unfortunately, is because you've been paper cutting me. You're really trying to play this stepdaddy role way too fast. Keep your hands away from my child, my daughter. Don't play with me. And the receipts are there.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. That note was off, but don't worry about that. Listen, we are talking about Adam Ali, who's dropping receipts, bruv. Receipts and bars and bombs, and is standing on the neck of his ex-wife and her lover. Mr. Lover, Mr. Lover, Listen, it's mad in the streets out here. I told you, stay hydrated, because the streets are what? Hot. Because the streets are what? Hot. Okay, so don't worry about that. You understand? Stay hydrated. All right, cool. Before you go anywhere, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And for those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Don't forget to click on that bell button for notification of these uploads as well. Boom. Let's get into the video. So there was a lot that was said by Adam Ali in this video, and there was so much that was dropped. But specifically, we heard most of it already in other videos. On this particular video, what made it different was the fact that he brought receipts around Latoya's relationship currently with Von Ray. As you've seen, she's got a channel with Latoya Forever and Von Ray. They've got their own individual channel where they do their vlogging about their daily life. I mean, it's quite entertaining. I'm not gonna lie to you, cuz, right? When you see how their friendship is, it's quite entertaining. Let me not lie, let me not play. But what Adam was a bit frustrated about was the fact that they've been, as he put in his own words, paper cutting him. Basically just taking the mick and being rude and being sly and digging on their particular shows of their vlogging. And so today he's out to release the Kraken and release the Dragon, you know what I'm saying? And so he talks about the relationship between Von and Latoya, but in a sense of what Von actually does. Now it's mad. I mean, it's mad because I looked at the comment section on some of the vlogs, and people already were saying this months ago, or a month or so ago, about they thought that he was slightly gay, Von. And I was like, these Americans, man, every day everybody's gay. Every day somebody is down low, or they're this and that. And lo and behold, I was wrong, they were right. I'm gonna take back seat, because they were right. Like he is out here male escorting and doing a bit of things that look a bit dodgy. So let's watch a little bit more and see some of the receipts that Adam produced on the actual show. Let's look at this. So I want to read it what it says. This is actually, I think, a text from one of the people that knew Von. And it says, I first met Von on Facebook, where we FaceTimed and talked over several occasions. He even called me to talk about his new and current fitness job in Atlanta. I was supposed to go and visit him in ATL on several occasions, but for one reason or another, plans never worked out, ... And I think the Most High now, long story short, I got many red flags as our friendship developed. Just weeks after us talking, he sent me a video of him pleasuring himself. Hey, as I was at my son's football practice, he insisted I go into my car to view the video. And I later noticed him taking flights every other weekend to LA. And as it turns out, he was flying to Jeffree Star's house. He even called me to discuss the costume he was thinking of wearing to Jeffrey's Halloween party, which he attended. And after taking screenshots of his Facebook stories and browsing on Jeffery's Instagram, I put it all together. He took several pics in Jeffery's home, and I reached out to Von after seeing a picture he posted with Jeffery to ask him why he took a picture with him like that. And he said he was a client, which was very questionable. Okay. And this is one of the texts that they put here. So she's put a little text. That was what they were texting back and forth. Okay. But he's my client. Okay. And then there's some pictures to kind of prove. Oh, sorry. I've gone a little bit further so you can't see it. Let's play it and then see it. So this is one of the photos here for evidence number 1. And evidence number 2 is about to come up in a second. Evidence number 2. So obviously, the cars in the background, I guess. I mean, it could be it still. It could be it still. I don't really know 100%. It could be it still. You get me? It looks like the same place, though. Oh, the background is the same. Oh, the background is this. Oh, yeah, it's a bit of a Vaseline still.
You a male escort, bro, and Latoya ain't got nobody to create a narrative with. That she really only has you, and again, she'll do anything to pretend to be happy and make fun. Like at the cost of, she bought her own self a rollie. The only thing is, honey, you forgot to have the receipt be sent to your house. They got sent over here, okay? And in fact, you put it on credit. That's a damn shame. And then you attributed the, what's it called? The rollie, the chain, whatever, to the dude, just to seem like, yo, he's your protector.
And this is actually what we spoke about in the last few reviews that I spoke about, and I'm going to release the last one tonight as well. I spoke about the fact that I'm going to call Latoya forever a bit of a narcissist. Like, she has narcissistic vibes. Let me say that, because that's what I've been saying for everybody else. She has narcissistic vibes. She ain't no different to Derek Jackson and ain't no different to Martell Holt. Got the same kind of energy. She's just a female version. And the behaviors that she's exhibited are far and beyond scary. And so now we've seen obviously him exposing the fact that also as well, like the length she goes to portray a certain lifestyle, that she's even trying to buy a rollie for herself on credit and then tries to accredit it to the Von guy, right? And all of this is to create an image that Von is flourishing, that she's moved on to greater heights. Remember, but she was saying they were friends. So why does she need to do this? Because she's actually trying to create this perfect bubble again of imagery. It's again about curating that perfect imagery. We saw this with Derek Jackson and the way that he curated a perfect image when he was doing his interviews, right? With his wife. Exact same method in terms of trying to make it, narcissists oftentimes will try to paint this perfect image outwardly so that when things go wrong, you'll be like, wait, that couldn't have been the case. Like, your family looks so amazing, looks so great. And we are confused when something does go wrong because we're like, no, but that's not the image you presented to me, so it can't be that. And so with Adam, the reason why he released it, I mean, I'll show you a clip in a second, was that he was talking about the intentionality of Latoya. Not only that as well, he said, obviously, look, they've been paper cutting me for a very long time, and I'm only just responding. Listen, Adam's the type of guy where I look at and I'm like, you don't expect him to clap back. But when he does clap back, it's dangerous because, like, you never expected it, right? And so the mere fact that obviously Von here is out in the streets when it's hot, okay, potentially as a male escort, according to the evidence that Adam has supplanted and supplied to us, we got big problems. And which is why it makes sense now why Latoya, at the end of her particular interview, was able to say, even if he was with a guy in his past or whatever, I would still accept it because the rumors were true, right? The rumors were surrounding then. The rumors were swirling then, and so she had no choice but to admit that again. So it's interesting how this whole back and forth has gone on. In the way that it's been addressed by both parties, but specifically Latoya in the way that she tried to, I guess, create this perfect image. One thing obviously I would say is that as he's continuing on, we'll listen to him again.
He's a provider. You're going out sad, okay? I know you had big dreams to be with someone of stature because you have always had the grass was greener syndrome with me. You always were looking for someone of higher stature with. And
this is the issue of human beings. When you have an insatiable lust and greed, this is where it leads you to. Right, the same thing that Martel, the same thing with Derek Jackson, destroying their families because of an insatiable lust that cannot be quenched by anything else. Like, no matter how much they get, they'll continue to do more, because it's not about the other person; it's about their internal drive. Their internal drive is always eating. It's always eating. It's never still. And so it always continually drives them to places. I always say that it drives them to dry places. Almost like how an unclean spirit in the Bible says, it just walks from dry place to dry place, looking for that place where it can settle down in, right? And this insatiable hunger, it's almost like that. It continually searches for a place to then break. When it gets there, it destroys what it does, and it will go on again. It won't stop. Like, the whole job of an unclean spirit is to come to destroy it, break the place, use this thing into its used up to its oblivion. And the same thing here with when you've got narcissistic tendencies, you can't be stopped. You just keep going because this drive is insatiable. Okay, it's insatiable. And so it's really interesting watching, some of the things that Point is immense. Let's carry on watching a bit more.
All right, but you ended up with Ice JJ Fish Stick.
He rude for that.
And the things we did, I know you're not coming back, but I miss you still.
No, he bad for that. He knew that was bad. He knew that was bad. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that. That's bad mind, bro. That's bad mind. You ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta do that. Let's watch a little bit more.
The arguments, yeah, and when you think about,
and you're trying to entertain the world and make it seem like you're happy. Get off the internet, okay? Go heal. If you go to the church, don't mess with the pastor, because you can't fuck your way into the pearly gates, okay? Wherever you go, you're trying to make mess. Get off the internet.
And you know what? This is a lesson not just for Latoya, I think for a lot of people. I've been saying this, man. Go and heal. Because when I've seen even myself, when I've seen people move the maddest, it's because they're the most wounded. They are the most wounded. If you've encountered a man or a woman that they're wounded, they will use, abuse, mess you, manipulate you, do absolute most to you. They will do the utmost to you, because you are an object that can be used. Right? And so people who are wounded, they struggle to be able to make sense of wholeness, because they're broken in different pieces. And so it's like when they meet you, they want to shatter you too, so that you two are also like them. And so they're a narcissist, especially, their sole purpose is that they want to hurt you. They get a kick out of it. They get a drive from it, to see how they can manipulate, twist, turn, get you to do what they want you to do. Surrender to their will and their power, to their magnificence, to their glory, to their vanity, right? So it's like you're seeing that all in what's happened here with Latoya, and I'm saying that I'm not saying that, like I said, I don't call people necessarily narcissists. I said she's got narcissistic vibes. I want to put that very, very clear. She's got narcissistic vibes. Okay, if you've listened to the whole story, how she went to got a gun, and when she went to get the tracking device, also she can have something to use against him in court. Do you know how manipulative that is? That's crazy. So yeah, let's listen again.
It's disgusting. It's unbelievable. Like, you're going out sad. Don't fake your happiness. Just live your honest life. You're big mad that I'm moving on with my life. I don't bother y'all. Y'all stay paper cutting me all the time, saying some slick ish. All right? I can't spare y'all no more. Clout Toya, con free, I can't spare y'all no more. All right? Let me just talk a little bit about the divorce, and I'm wrapping up this video.
Let me leave it there. We'll do another review where we can go into what he actually spoke about in terms of the divorce. But I just wanted to bring that to the table. I didn't want to do a heavy review. For once, let's keep it light, you know what I'm saying? It's not every day break it down all the way to the tip top. But, I totally understand, like, if you're, especially if you're in the process of divorcing your wife, and her new man thinks he can jump in with her and drop bars and jokes with her. On me. Oh, you must be smoking a crack pipe. Oh, you must be smoking the crack pipe, because it's not about to be me you're moving mad to. Oh, no, sirree. Everybody can get it. So I totally understand his reaction. But it does make sense. And so, yeah, I will review the rest of it a little bit later on, but I just wanted to hit that point where he's talking about himself and talking about old boy, listen, unfortunately, and look at this, and that's the thing about a narcissist. Now look, he's been drawn in, Von has been drawn in, and he's going to be made the paperweight, he's going to be made the collateral damage in this war, right? Because as far as she's concerned, the main person for in Latoya's life is Adam, right? That's the main site, right? Her goal is to antagonize him, to get him annoyed, to get him frustrated, and to win a war with him, right? Because that's the whole point of, like I said, narcissistic vibes. And she'll use anything to get at him with, and that includes Von. Von might not be aware, but he's a piece of collateral. He's a pawn in the overall chess game. And so if he doesn't realize this quickly enough, he will be used and abused. So he needs to know that. But anyway, guys, let me leave it there. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for more in-depth particular reviews. If you want to see some more depths into this particular subject, I've got 3 or 4 videos out there. Like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notifications of the uploads. Appreciate y'all.